Hey guys, let's get started with our warm-up. First, it's leg swings. So you're gonna stand holding on to a wall and then swing your leg from side to side, just getting a good stretch in that hip and keep your abs in nice and tight. Next, we have a prone W lift. So lay on your stomach and have your arms bent at your sides. Squeeze those shoulder blades back and together as you lift your arms, and then lift your head and your chest carefully. Make sure to squeeze everything behind you. Breathe out on the way up and really engage those back muscles. Squeeze those shoulder blades together as you pin your elbows at your sides. Next is seated twists. You're gonna sit on your mats, have your feet shoulder width apart, and drop your knees over to one side and twist. Look behind you. Keep your head up, chest up and open. Abs nice and tight as you twist. This is a nice stretch for your spine and also your hips. So try to bring your knees down towards the floor as you do that. For our first circuit, we're going to start off with lateral step to pistol squats. So you're going to just grab a step of any height that you can control and step sideways onto it. Have one foot in front and then try to sit as low as you can into a squat with that one leg up. Keep your chin up, chest up, and go very carefully. And then if you are unable to balance with one foot, a modified way would be just to try to tap your heel to the floor, still keeping your chin up and your chest up. And keep, of course, your core nice and tight to balance. Next, we have deficit push-ups. So what you're gonna do is grab either a couple of steps or a couple of books or yoga blocks, and on your toes, keep your body in a straight line, legs straight, pelvis is tucked under, and you're going to start from the floor. Deep breath out, press your whole body up, keeping that rib cage pulled in, butt squeezed tight to help protect your lower back, and then go carefully with this one. Breathe out on the way up, and then if the regular push-ups are too tough for you, drop your knees to the floor. But the same principles apply where you keep your body in a straight line, make sure that pelvis is tucked under, rib cage pulled in, abs nice and tight, and just breathe out as you press up, and then breathe in on the way down. Bring your chest all the way to the floor. And now we're gonna bring it to the second side for your lateral step to pistol squats. So just step up sideways, bring the leg out in front, and try to balance yourself. Balance that leg out in front of you and stretch those arms out in front. It'll help to counterbalance with the squat. Butt goes back, heel is ground in to the floor, and squeeze your butt on the way up. Remember, you can also do the modified version where you're just gonna try to tap the heel to the ground, still keeping your chin up, chest up, butt goes back. Rounding out circuit one, we have tabletop lifts. So sit on your mat, feet are gonna be shoulder width apart, flat onto the floor. Hands are right behind you. Have your fingertips pointing straight forward. And what you're gonna do is you're going to tuck your pelvis under, lead with the tailbone, squeeze your butt, lift those hips up as high as you can, and then lower it down. Keep that core active, pull that rib cage in, but really try to drive those heels to the floor and lead with the tailbone as you lift those hips up. Now for our first round of active recovery, we have Russian twists. So you're gonna grab some dumbbells, or you could do without, and you're gonna sit, lean back a little bit, brace those abs, and just twist the weight side to side. Make sure your chest moves with it. And if you want to advance the move, you could lift your feet up off the ground and try to balance. Or if you want it a little bit more modified, then you could sit up a little straighter, especially if you're feeling it in your low back. That also helps too, but just still keep that core nice and tight. Our second round active recovery is bicycle crunches. Lay on your back, hands behind your head, and then you're going to alternate your knees back and forth. Reach the opposite armpit to your opposite knee. A modified version, you can place one foot onto the ground and then just lift, alternate lifting the knee, and still chin away from your chest, opposite armpit to opposite knee. Now round 3, active recovery, twist reverse crunches. Lay on your back, legs are straight up, and you're gonna try to tucking that pelvis under, lift those feet up to the ceiling, and twist those hips as you lift up, right to left. Don't worry about how high you go, as long as you're tucking that pelvis under and using that core, that's all that matters. Or you can do a modified version where you bend the knee and you're still twisting side to side, still tucking that pelvis under and lifting up. For circuit 2, we're going to start off with burpee jacks. So hands to the floor, jump back to a plank position, jump forward, and then do a jumping jack at the top. Keep those abs nice and tight. Now you could modify it by walking back instead of jumping back and still doing your jumping jack at the top. Make sure your back is flat when you walk back into the plank position. Or you can modify it even further with just stepping out for the jumping jack at the top and removes the jump altogether. Next is a walking overhead press lunge. So you're going to have dumbbells in both hands, but you're going to just press with one hand. So just walk forward into a lunge, and as you're at the bottom of the lunge, then you're going to press that weight straight up. So only at the bottom of the lunge, keep the rib cage pulled in as you press up. Next, we have bear knee taps. So you're gonna get hands underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, pull your rib cage in, lift the knees off the floor, and then you're gonna tap opposite hand to opposite knee. You're just gonna pick it up. Keep your abs nice and tight, belly button pulled up into the spine, pelvis is tucked under the whole time. This is gonna be great for your core. Next, you're going to switch sides to that walking lunge to press. So now you're just going to press with the other hand as you're at the bottom of the lunge. Keep your abs nice and tight to stay balanced. And take a big enough step so that both knees are bent at 90 degrees. Or you could also do a half bend if you have some knee issues. For our round 1 active recovery, we have scissors. Lay on your back, hands underneath your butt, and you're gonna lower your legs down as low as you can without arching your back off of the floor. And you're just gonna crisscross your legs, open and cross, open and cross. Make sure that low back and top of the pelvis is touching the floor. Keep those abs active. Round 2, active recovery, leg lower scoops. So still laying on your back, hands underneath your butts, and then you're just going to lower your legs down as far as you can without arching your back, and then pulling your knees in, scoop those knees in. Lower it down as low as you can, brace that core, and then pull those knees in. Keep going. Remember, it's not important how low you go. As long as you're keeping your abs nice and tight and active, that's all that counts. Now our round 3, active recovery. Supermans, laying on your stomach, arms and legs stretched out. Squeeze your butt and lift up as high as you can. So really important, this will help work and strengthen your lower back. Make sure you're squeezing your butt, and that'll help not only strengthen but protect your lower back. Try to keep your arms and legs as straight as possible, and then your head is going to lift up as your chest and back lift up off the floor at the same time. Bye, have fun.